You fucking still going on about that?
Life like this sure is sweet, huh?
It definitely is, man.
Welcome back to another episode of Big Six Bants, and we are back for another news update show. Obviously, a little bit more news to speak on, of course. One of the headlines over the weekend, of course, is Kepa to Arsenal is confirmed. So, you know, there's that to speak on as well. Look at Absy. Look at this, brother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I couldn't fit it in the title, but Man United reportedly one step closer with Gyökeres, and he's increasingly open to the move. Amorim trying to make things happen. Spurs, one of the headlines as well. Reportedly, Thomas Frank, should he be appointed, wants Spurs to accelerate their Mbeumo charge, obviously being his manager still currently as well. He wants Spurs to push on and try and get Mbeumo, regardless of him preferring a move to Man United. So Man United could face a little bit of competition, even though the proposal was already put on the table when Ange was still there. Liverpool have had a third rejection of Florian Wirtz of 130 million euros, and Kirkes has also left the camp early to do his, looking at what could be a medical for Liverpool as well. And Benjamin Sesko, of course, is a little bit closer to moving to Arsenal as well. And thirdly as well, Chelsea have also put in an improved bid after their bid, I believe, of 10 million was rejected by AC Milan for Maignan. Obviously, Chelsea value him closer to 10 million, and AC Milan value him at, is it up to 30 million?
30 million euros, which is about £5 million around that.
So you guys have you guys have had a bid rejected, but are looking to put in another bid. I'm guessing that's probably
something like that.
That's probably gonna happen soon. So listen, a lot's happening, but of course we have to start with the headline. Obviously, Spurs. Thomas Frank looks like he is likely going to be the new Tottenham manager, and he wants to accelerate that move for Mbeumo. Now, obviously, it's not concrete, you know what I'm saying? And Corey, we was obviously congratulating you on the Mbeumo stuff only a couple streams ago. And by the way, before we just quickly start as well, big up everyone in the chat, big up Egal for the raid as well. Shout out Egal, man. Go follow him as well. Make sure you're supporting up Egal's thing as well, man. Shout out Egal. 306 are nice and early in the house. So make sure you smash the like button. And we are about 100 subscribers off of 19,000. So you don't know what to do, man. We are literally 3 away from 18,900 and 100 away from 19K in it. So you smash the like button. Big up everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And smash the like button. Let's get to 300 likes today. But Mbeumo, Tottenham, man, them. How you feeling? Obviously, Thomas Frank.
I just want to say,
pulling power. But
Corey, you know them chains yours. Don't get them snatched. Yeah, beat you 4 times. Yeah. Beat you to the Europa League. Don't let me get Mbeumo, because then you'll really be my, I don't want to say the word, innit? But the dog of the league. You get me? So
I hear it, Ethan. I hear it, bro. All you've done to me now is you've let me now, once the end of the stream, just go back to it and then just clip this little funny part that you done.
Corey, all I've said is don't let me get that, innit? That's all.
No, Ethan, I understand that.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Don't fall back now. Don't fall back.
All I'm Corey, you was talking.
All I'm saying to you is,
I'm big United. I don't even have Champions League. I don't even win Europa League. I'm gonna get Mbeumo. Now, if I go and get Mbeumo, the laugh will be on you. That's all, bro.
Thank you, Ethan. So, as I said already, all I can say is thank you.
That's a thank you, Ethan.
All I can say is thank you, because what you've done is just giving us a clip. I can only say thank you. You've made my job easier. So, from as I can see, 7 minutes, 12 seconds. You've already made something for me. My job's not going to be. It's not going to be hard today.
Timestamps.
It will not be hard today.
Man said timestamps. It's that though. I can't lie, because I'll be real. You're not getting Mbeumo in it. Let's just be real.
Okay, I didn't know you had a purple globe and you could see into the future. And
it's just like bro. You gotta just do the math, bro. If this guy was willing to go United after all the clubs that was interested, you were already there anyway.
Okay, that was before. Before TF.
Brother, Thomas Frank, bro, just him alone is going to make Mbeumo switch his mind from United to Tottenham, bro. You're not. If it was someone like City or Madrid but just a big club, then yeah, maybe. But you, man, it don't make sense.
What do you mean a big club, bro? What do you mean by that?
You're not a big club like that. Let's be real. In the transfer market, you're a tier below the big clubs when it comes to football.
Again, that was before.
No, it's still that.
Before what? And I'll see Europa League.
No, so hold on a sec. So you just think you can win one Europa League and then everything's vanished into nothing?
It's not the one. That's my third.
No, but it is the one, because what else have you won?
My third Europa League.
No, bro. In this era,
I hear it, man. I hear it.
You get it, bro. This is
no. You know, in fairness, we have to be fair to Ethan, right? This is where I'll be fair. Man can't be saying that if you know, we can't be talking about teams and talking about that. For example, Man United said 20 times and all that shit. And I get a lot of them was recent. But 7 of those were not even like 7 of those were before 1970 for context.
Our parents' thing.
So we can't be we can't be just be discounting history. Although I'll be honest though, you see my guy Luke Hobbs, if he does go to Spurs, then I don't know, would he land over there?
Are you not hearing the fact
he's not going to Spurs, man?
I'm trying to think.
You're saying the manager could make a little yo. You know what I'm saying?
Change the
It just don't work.
Bro, Thomas Frank.
No, because even because this is the what United fans are saying for Gyökeres. They're saying what Gyökeres, the former manager. Gyökeres, they're going ayayo.
Again, that's the United.
Bro,
it's not
just
the same.
To be clear, yeah, Corey,
it's just not the same.
I'm not saying I'm gonna get Mbeumo in it, Corey. I'm not saying I'm gonna get Mbeumo, but you last week was talking wicked.
Ethan,
you've done enough already anyway. You've done enough.
You can't backtrack on what you said.
Don't
let me get in.
Bro, I'm not the one that said it. I'm just coming back to report back to you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can report.
I'm just
listen. On your way out, close the door, fam. Please. Just close the door.
Man said,
I'll be honest, Corey. I'm just saying this is the same little man attitude that got you hurt last time. Though. That's all I'm saying, isn't it?
This is it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
I said this is the same little man thing you done to Tottenham.
Oi.
That got you hurt last time. You let your guard down and that got you hurt.
Carry on, Corey. Carry on.
I just said already. Just close the door on the way out.
Corey, you're my little bro. I beat you 4 times. I beat you in the league.
Stop. Wait.
It's all part of the cycle, bro.
You know
what? Thomas Frank is securing you. You're securing the Mbeumo.
I'm not saying he will, but he can.
So no. I'm saying to you, do you think
it's increased your chances compared to like?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Of course, yeah.
Don't give him a way out. I asked him, do you think
that's not a way out? That's a normal question.
Do you think it's possible if Thomas Frank signs to your club, you can go grab Mbeumo? That's it. If you don't think so, then it's can't. If you think so, okay, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not going to use that point as a reference to grab you, by the way. So it's a free shot. You got a free shot right now.
Last week, Corey, we found out that a player wants you. This week, going into next week, please don't. I just don't want any different in it.
Okay, Ethan. That's great. That's a good reply to a question that hasn't been asked. Why don't you answer the question that I asked you?
That is the answer to your question.
No, that's not an answer. Do I believe Amram can go get me Gyökeres? Yes, I do believe that. Do you believe Thomas Frank can go get you Mbeumo?
Yes, I think he can.
Then here we are. Thank you for the clip. Thank you. Because with that, you now believe that
Corey, can you get Jokeris?
Wait.
Hold on a second. How am I not to believe? If you look at the facts, if you look at everything that's available, Arsenal have decided to go get Sesko. Chelsea just got a striker. The
briefs have been saying that we're going to most likely sign 2 strikers this summer.
Okay, cool. So Chelsea could possibly get him as well. But for me to believe that I couldn't get him, that makes no sense.
Here's the thing.
It was just new news to me, innit? That was just new news to me.
Hang on. Has there been anything specific are there any specific requirements for Jokeris or where he wants to go? Because you know how like Olise last year, I think what was his name? Fabrice Hawkins came out and said from the very start of June that he only wants to join a Champions League club. So could there be something like that with Jokeris?
Oh no, Jokeris doesn't matter.
But the news also came out that Jokeris doesn't that Champions League doesn't matter.
Somehow all of these players that are available, they don't mind if Champions League isn't available. What coincidence? What the hell? What's Champions League anymore? I thought that was the. Do you get it? Like you got to have Champions League to bring these.
Oh wait,
players.
Corey.
That's an But do you think Jokeris is going to do that?
No, Jokeris.
Yok wants to play some high level ball in it. Yok wants to play high level.
There we go.
If he went to Saudi, I wouldn't even begrudge it because really and truly, you know what's funny about the Jokeris?
Well, he's 27, so you got to think about he might.
Yeah, because here this KC. What's so funny with the Jokeris thing is, as much as look, I've never seen someone put up the numbers that he puts up, and everyone seems to think there's massive red flags on him. Now, I genuinely don't get it. What is it about Jokeris that has got people shook?
I don't know, bro.
Bro, look at the league, bro. The Darwin Núñez put up the numbers.
No. Darwin Núñez did not put up these numbers. He put up good numbers.
He put up high numbers, yeah. But this is the point, though. Like you're looking at Núñez and you're seeing him replicate maybe just a bit below what Jokeris has been doing. So it's the same thing. Goals are goals, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like if you score 30, I'm pretty sure Núñez got 30 goals in that season when he was at Benfica. Like that's the level of it. 30 plus goals, innit? And that's Núñez.
I hate you say 30 plus goals, but kids, you say this, but bro, Jokeris is scoring like 60. I don't know how much. I think he's scored 50 or 60 since he's gone there. Now there's a difference between scoring 30 because 30 is the numbers which we say a very good striker would get in it. 60 is a number which, let's be honest, only Messi and Ronaldo are doing those type of numbers. But
it's Liga NOS, man. Like that league is so dead where I'd expect that. I'd expect someone like Jokeris or Núñez or just any good enough striker, any decent level striker in that league. I'd expect them numbers. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay,
So
I hear this, but this is what I'm saying. If you say you expect the numbers for what, let's just say 30 at a push 40, then fair enough, that makes sense in it. But the numbers he's doing, you slightly have to take a step back and be like,
it is dumb. It is mad numbers after all. But this is the thing, yeah. It's mad numbers, and to be fair to him, as a striker, all you can tell your striker to do, no matter what league you're in, is to score goals. Yeah, and fair enough to me, he's doing that. And listen, I could be wrong. He could come to the Prem and beat. I don't know. He could do that, but again, you're looking at even some of the goals he scored. Now I forgot who I spoke about it with. I think it was Joey when he come on here, and it was like, bro, some of the goals he's scoring, it's like it just doesn't move me. It just doesn't move me.
It's a lot of those situations would never happen in the Prem.
It would never happen in a Prem game. You could be playing
the same with some of like
the next year, and it won't be that.
I say that with some of Sesko's goals as well. Like some of the fast breaks with like no one in sight, like that I'm seeing Xavi Simons.
I don't know. You're talking about the goal against Bayern, isn't it? The outside
No,
the
no,
foot shot.
no, not the Trevella thing. That was ridiculous. No. Not,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even.
that was what I was gonna say. That was mad.
That was
but,
unreal.
No,
That
I
was
do
unreal.
hear you though. But then again, once there's some goals that you see from Sesko, and it's like, wow, like it's that can happen in the Prem with Gyökeres. I can
But to be
pick-
fair though, but Gyökeres' champs thing, Gyökeres was doing it in the champs as well though. That's not like Champions League.
Yeah, but that's it. Like when do you pay for Coventry during COVID? Like
No,
that's
not Champions, it's the Champions League. Champions League.
Champions League. Oh,
Yeah, Champions
yeah,
League.
no, he only scored. He only scored like 2 goals. It was like 2 or 3 goals in the Champions League.
He scored 5
against you. I remember the one against Lille and the other one.
And City.
In fact, no, I tell her like in the
them City goals. I don't even want to hear the City goals, bro. He was up against that pussy in defense for City. Come on, man.
He got 6 in 8. He got 6 goals in 8 in the champs, bro. 6 goals in 8.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. 2 of them. Did he score a hat trick versus City? Yeah, it was a hattie versus City. 2 were penalties, and the other one was a breakaway versus that pussy 1v1. Like anyone could. Anyone could score that.
You know what it is though? This is why I'm saying that with Gyökeres, I think like, listen, no, I'll be honest with you. Gyökeres is one of those guys where I genuinely believe it'll go one of 2 ways. It won't be like in the middle. Because you know some strikers, they're coming from a different league or whatever. And this happens all over. It's not just strictly the Prem. They'll come in, they'll have very good numbers somewhere and just get, I don't know, 10 to 15 or whatever. Which in the grand scheme of things is decent, but it's not levels, in it. For me, Gyökeres will go one of 2 ways. If he does come to England, either he'll score a stupid number of goals or he's doing Timo Werner numbers.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather get someone who can score goals than someone who scores goals here and there? Like, as I said, like I know Arsenal were looking at Sesko and Gyökeres, but Sesko got 13 goals in the Bundesliga. Would you rather 13 goals in the Bundesliga?
The thing is with Sesko,
or 39 in the like, do you get what I'm saying? Like if Benjamin Sesko was bagging 30 goals in the Bundesliga, I know that the narrative would probably be Bundesliga. How many men have we seen score goals in the Bundesliga? Come to the
no, but you know it's with
I think that narrative. Do you know what I'm saying? By the way, let me quickly get these super chats in a second. But Jada Activist says Tottenham win in Europe, Arsenal don't. Big up Jada Activist again with a super chat. He goes big club with a cup, winners cup. And JD Activist again with a super chat. Big up with himself says Nunes had 1 season. Victor should sue him. And Emmanuel says, why isn't any other club going after Victor G? Even Liverpool were linked with Sesko. For your information, I want Victor Gyökeres at Arsenal. Isak had 37 GA in 105 games before joining Newcastle.
That's that. I was gonna make that point. Whereas like with Sesko, I can promise to God, yeah, if Sesko was to join like who's a Prem team that's coming up right now, let's say a Villa, yeah, let's say Sesko was to join a Villa and no one else wanted him, I guarantee you will see a similar situation with Isak where he went to Newcastle and the man were like, oh, why didn't I get Isak? Why didn't I get Isak? If Sesko joins any people will say that in a couple of years that why didn't you get Sesko hype? What I promise you. So we're on it from the jump. That's why I'm saying that.
The reason why I'm not with this is because with Isak, people, this is what I hate about the Isak thing. People love to rewrite history at the minute. Now I understand he wasn't doing silly numbers at Dortmund, for example, but people need to check not the last season at Sociedad because that was poor. It was very poor. The season before, he got 17 league goals. Now that's not world-class numbers because I don't think anyone who gets like between 10 and 20 is doing world-class. It has to be 25 plus for me to be world-class. But that is still like, you can say, okay, cool. That's a decent-ish return, isn't it? It's a decent or good return. So you could see there's something to work with. And even at the Euros, you could see that he was a very good player. He's very gifted. He's got good ball striking. He probably just needed to go to a team which was going to create good chances for him. And at Newcastle, they facilitate all the strengths. Their counter-attacking side, they're very direct. They get the ball into him quick. He's allowed to do what he wants. He makes runs in behind, so it can work. With Sesko, the problem is sorry, not Sesko, not the thong song guy. Sorry. When it comes to Sesko, the problem is he's got some really good attributes. Like his ball striking is crazy. He just misses way too many chances. Like way too many.
No, but that's the thing. He's still raw. And I'm not Sesko's not the finished article by a long shot, but that's why I say like in a few years' time, even I see bare like different scouts and agents, they all say the same thing. In a couple of years' time, 2-3 years, He's got the potential to be the best in the world. That's the reality of it. A lot of people are saying that. And if you look at his profile and what he actually does, I understand why people say that. So that's why I'm willing to take the risk and actually go buy him. And he could potentially be my Haaland.
Okay. You said it right there.
You need something for now.
We need
risk when it's now. You're at must now, Kay. You're at must.
Exactly. And that's why I said before to Hooks. I remember I said both of them are risks, whether it's Gyökeres or Sesko, both are risks.
No, but which one's the bigger risk?
Bro, it's Gyökeres. Bro, we've literally seen a carbon copy of a guy that's beat off in Liga NOS come to the Prem and was shit in Nunes.
But Nunes, bro. Nunes, yeah. The thing is with Nunes, everyone could already see that Nunes was very clumsy. That is very clumsy.
We're not doing that.
What do you mean we're not doing that? Nunes was clumsy, bro. Like you can tell.
The same as Gyökeres, though. Everyone on Twitter now.
Gyökeres is not nowhere near as clumsy as
he is, though. No, he is.
No. You're getting pace and power mixed up with lack of ball knowledge, lack of ball intelligence.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But it's like, but once with the comps though, I'm seeing bare people on Twitter saying this guy looks mad clunky, he looks mad clumsy, all of that. I see it all, bro, and I agree. All the comps that he plays in, bro, he doesn't look like.
This is true.
It's too slow. Everything's always too slow.
You see when that Ornstein bomber dropped about Gyökeres though.
You know, but that's fine. That's what I'm saying. I was willing to take that risk if it was to be him.
Wasn't no, you weren't talking like when that Corey. You remember that when that Ornstein bomber dropped though? Okay,
you know, I was excited of the potential. I was excited of the potential. Come on, man. Look, bro, it's your club. Let's be real, yeah. If a bomber happens in your club, especially your Ornstein bomber, with someone like a big name like Gyökeres, you're gonna be excited because all you're gonna be thinking of as a fan naturally is the potential idea of it working. That's the first thing you think of. I'm not going to be like, oh, we got a Gyökeres bomber, oh, that's dead. It's not dead. I'm going to think of the excitement of it, the potential idea of it. So with Sesko now, same thing. Again, I'm not sitting here saying Sesko is going to be a guarantee bagsman and be scoring hat tricks here, hat trick. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the potential idea of it, I can see that.
But isn't Gyökeres the same? Sesko the same sort of profile as Nunes?
No way.
Excuse me?
He's not. What? Nunes hasn't got ball striking on both feet like Sesko.
I said profile.
That's the one. That's the profile. Yes, that's to do with a profile. Ball striking.
The thing is,
it's not his attributes, bro. His profile.
So what? So just basically tall and lanky. That's basically
tall, lanky, fast. Tall, lanky, fast.
That's what, bro. There's bare strikers that are Isak's tall, lanky, and fast. Yeah, but I'm saying like as a player, Sesko is clear of Nunes profile wise, clear. Like it's
attributes, bro. Attributes
wise, he's got ball striking on both feet. As a striker for my club, that's the first thing that I want. You got to be able to use both feet and can strike the ball because my current striker in Havertz can't do that. Not by a lot. He can't do is anywhere near as damage of the ball than Sesko. Anywhere near. That's why I say we need someone like Sesko. We need him.
I hear that.
I don't know.
Sesko Lovin's a bit hot for me, but
first thing is to get a shot off and try make the keeper work, bro. That's what I want from my striker, innit? One touch.
You say that about Nunes?
Huh? No, I'm not saying that about Nunes.
No, he said what he just said what he wants from his striker.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah.
What did he want?
I think both of them do that. To be fair,
both of them can do that. Both of them can do that. And
let's go better though. Let's go can do it better.
I'm all right with the idea, but
I don't know about that.
I'm very much worried.
What ball striking?
No, I'm talking. Casey said when your first thought is to kind of shift it and hit it. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. I hear that.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on, Casey. We'll go on.
Yeah, and my main thing is I just want like if I start seeing Sesko start doing the I'm not scoring, so let me come a bit deeper and facilitate this and facilitate that. That's where I'm going to start getting hot because that's what we've been seeing for years. You understand? That's what we've been seeing for years. And I just want my striker to be in the box. I don't care. In fact, I won't say I won't care if he misses a lot of chances. But if he's there, when the ball's crossed in, he's there, back post. When the ball's cut back, he's there. Like, That's what I need. I need those instincts. That's it. The striker instincts, bro. As long as they both got that, I don't care. Because the striker instincts,
Sesko has that, bro. Sesko has that. But the reason why
he has to, bro. You understand?
Yeah, no, he has to have it, and he does. The reason why you haven't seen it as much for Leipzig, all those that watch Leipzig will be able to tell you, Sesko is a bit different to Gyökeres as of now, where you're right, Casey. If Sesko is not scoring or things aren't looking good, he will drop deep. But that's the manager's instructions. That's Leipzig's manager's instructions. With Mikel's instructions, it wouldn't be that. He would literally tell him to be a box threat and be there, like you said, as like a striker. Have a striker's instinct.
That's what I want from my striker.
All it is just instructions. That's the only thing that it needs to happen is instructions. As long as that happens, then you'll see Sesko. You'll see it. I promise you, you'll see it. I'm not even, like I said, I'm willing to take a bigger risk with Sesko because I feel like his ceiling is miles better than Gyökeres. Miles. That's why I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to take the risk. I'll be real.
Yeah, but you just need to bring in someone who's gonna get goals at this point, innit? Because I feel like the problems with football in the last few years, guys have tried to redefine the striker position in a way. Now, bear with me when I say this. People now seem to think that's more important for a 9 to be a well-rounded footballer than their ability to put the ball in the back of the net. And for me, that's one of the worst things that's happened to the sport, because it means that certain guys, I'm not going to name names, are being gassed up because they're techie or whatever when they're not getting much goals. So as far as I'm concerned, when I look at Sesko, he seems like a guy who he just wants to score goals, and he's not this guy who's trying to like link play and all that nice João Pedro.
Then why isn't his goal return that good then?
No,
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying.
What do you mean Leipzig? What do you mean Leipzig, bro?
Leipzig.
Like, if you're saying this guy all he wants to do is put the ball in the back of the net and nothing else matters, he scores 13 and 14 goals. He doesn't score 13.
I'm saying
Abd's argument is more viable towards Gyökeres.
No, because then I just explained why it's not that. It's because the Leipzig manager is instructing him to drop deep. So that's what
Amorim made Gyökeres. He made him the way he plays now.
You know, I'm not taking anything away from Gyökeres. I'm saying the reason why people can't use that same argument with Sesko is because he's literally getting told to drop deep. Gyökeres isn't. That's why his goal record isn't like Gyökeres's, and he plays in a harder league. So
how many assists has he got then?
Who's Sesko?
Five.
But hear this though, Monts. My point wasn't to say that he's any good at it, because I'm not very good at it, because I don't think Sesko at this stage of his career is very good. And I'm only speaking of the very few games I've watched. I'm not like a Sesko expert like that, because Bundesliga, that shit's not for me. However, whenever I've seen him, he looks like he wants to be one of those guys who gets loads of goals in it. Whereas if you watch João Pedro, for example, João Pedro like to do the whole dropping deep, linking play, trying to facilitate its other wingers like So that's my thing. That's what I like about Sesko, innit? What I don't like about Sesko is the fact that he's 6'5" and doesn't use his body for to power defenders or get a run on them. He lacks in the air a little bit. And even though he strikes the ball very cleanly, as I said, he's not clinical.
Ooh, Abs, I don't know about that one. I don't know about
no.
The clinical. I hear the clinical, but you said he's not good in the air. I don't.
He said he is.
I think he wins goal scoring wise. I think he wins his duels. He wins his duels, like his duels, but again, to score goals, I think that's what you mean. Let's get to some of these supers are talking about this as well. JD Active says, big up JD Active says United have Højlund who scored 9 at Atlanta. JD Active, big up JD Activist again. He goes, Nunes was raw too, still 3 years later, very raw. Yeah, brother, you telling me. Shout out Alex Corn for these people. He says, if Isak had joined Arsenal, that Paella Pulis would have turned him into Josie Altidore. Josie Altidore is insane.
That's crazy.
When you finish that one, I just want to say something quick.
Shout out JD Activist. He goes, Sesko is a more aesthetics Havertz. I think Havertz's all-round game is way better than Sesko's. But yeah, shout out Kamal. He says United and Liverpool fans didn't want Nunes when linked to a move in 2022. Gyökeres done okay in Coventry and did over 100 GA for Sporting. Better move. And Ennis, shout out Ennis for the super chat. He goes, I mean, Wi-Fi at the Emirates stinks, so I hear them wanting Cisco routers better than networking setup. Costco, I mean. Costco routers, sorry. And Jay the activist says the manager asked him not to score goals once.
No one's saying that. See, look, man, they were twisting. That's not what anyone's saying. They're just man, literally twisting everything I said.
Hey, that's cheeky. That's so cheeky.
Like, bro, it's not. You know what? In all honesty, it's actually not difficult to understand what I'm saying. The man, they're just making it more difficult than it is. That's all it is. You man,
I get what you're saying. I just don't believe that Sesko will land in the way that you think he will.
And that's fine. That is an actual debate to be had, which is completely fine. It's literally that, but you can't ignore the instructions that man's having in football. You can't ignore that.
Again, listen, look, as I said, I'm not an expert on this guy. I can only give my 2 pence of what I've seen of him, which might not be as well informed as someone else who watches Bundesliga.
I don't.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair enough. But enough about. So Corey, you were going to say something for you. Oh no, who was it? Casey. One of you was going to say something. Was it Casey? Was it?
Yeah, no. I just wanted to say, I know you lot all saying, you know, in the chat. This is most of the chat, not to you lot. Because obviously in the chat, everyone's saying, they told the manager for him to not score goals and all that rubbish, yeah? One thing in defense of Sesko, innit? One thing in defense of Sesko, a lot of people, yeah, and this is for the older Arsenal fans, yeah? A lot of people I heard weren't excited when Henry came in, and a lot of people weren't excited.
Fuck.
No, wait, Montel, just hear me out, innit? Hear me out.
No one's saying he's gonna be like Henry.
I'm not saying look, I'm not saying anything. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, yeah.
No.
All right, look, everyone's going.
This is what they do. They twist your word.
I can't even. I literally say one thing.
You can't say anything with these, man. I promise.
But you know what it is? It's because you're about to put Henry and whoever.
No one said that.
No. They were no. Corey, it's not even that. Fans were annoyed at the Henry thing because Anelka was leaving. That's why, not because Henry was coming in, because Anelka, who was the best talent at that time, was being shipped off.
There was definitely people saying that because Henry didn't have the greatest of starts. Remember,
and even when Anelka came in, he weren't great.
Huh?
Anelka was like, people weren't excited when he came in. He weren't like, oh, you know what I mean?
Anelka was
we was the first. We was the first people to buy Anelka. We was the first club.
Let me check this because I know. Hold on, wasn't the guys at the time Trezeguet, Anelka, and Henry?
Those are the three.
And then, man, listen, I'm not saying I watched all these guys because I didn't.
We got Anelka young, G. You understand?
Yeah, he was a you. Anelka was a you.
But that's not the point. That's not the point
we're making.
That wasn't the point. Stay on the point.
You know, he said Henry. He said Henry.
Go on, just Casey, just land your thing, man. I won't put up the picture, I promise. Land your thing.
Bro, all I'm saying is people weren't excited when these brothers, when Thingy came in and when everyone else came in, and then look what they've become in it. You know what I'm saying? Look what they've become. So all I'm saying for Sesko is, yeah, because now we're going down that route of going for Sesko. I wanted Gyökeres, but we're going for Sesko. Just watch out for the space in it. Watch out for the space.
And it's Casey, that's not even a reason why it's like, bro, that is a factor as well. No one's rated Henry. When he first come to the club, there was question marks. It's a fact. There was question marks.
There was question marks because of Anelka. Not because of
No, even when Henry come to the club, he didn't have the greatest of starts, bro. He didn't have the greatest of starts.
I know he didn't have the greatest question, but Sesko hasn't signed for the club yet.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is not even about the Henry thing. That's just a factor which I agree with Casey on. Another factor is if you just look at Sesko's profile, take away the stats for a minute, because the stats are the true reflection of him. So take that away for a minute. If you look at his profile, you can't. the stats aren't a true reflection of Sesko, bro. I just explained to you that why it's not that. He's getting instructed to drop deep. So therefore, if that happens, you're not going to score as many goals as you can because you're dropping deep every 5 minutes. That's a fact. If you get told to go higher and be a focal point, then you'll get more goals.
How about this, kids? How about this?
Kids, I tried to back you. I even tried it.
To me where I'm chatting shit here. If it could, let me break it down. Let me break it down for the minute, just so people get the full. You get me? If as a striker, if you get asked to drop deep in games, are you gonna have less goals than as you would of playing higher up the pitch? Right. So then that's it. But then that's conversation.
Yeah, there's too many strikers. There's too many strikers who don't get that allowance in it.
It's so simple. My point is, kids, is that
Jackson, for example.
I've watched what do you call it? Like I don't watch Sesko like that, but from the way you're saying, he's been asked to go back, and that's why he hasn't got that amount of goals, bro. When I watch Arsenal, because I watch Arsenal a lot, bro, I watch your striker go back anyway. Now I got to think.
Exactly.
Now the question is Arteta going to change the way his striker is by just keeping Sesko up top? I've seen Arteta be the most stingiest guy around. So why am I now going to believe that he's now going to change the way his striker acts because he's got a different striker?
Corey, I was explaining to you why.
Marino up top has been the same thing. Havertz has been the same. Jesus has been the same. I've watched all these strikers come in and done the same thing. So what makes you think that this time's now going to be different? Because
Corey, I'll explain to you why.
That has been playing that way.
I'll explain to you why. All the guys you just mentioned, Jesus, Havertz, Marino, these guys are not strikers, Corey. They're not strikers, especially Marino. Marino is nowhere near a striker.
Okay.
He just that was a little thought that Arteta had, and he ran with it, and it actually worked. But he's not a striker. Jesus, when he was at City, was not known for being an out-and-out 9. Havertz, when he was at Chelsea, again, not known for being an out-and-out 9. Sesko is an out-and-out 9.
Okay.
He played there, but when he was at Leverkusen, he wasn't an out-and-out 9 at Leverkusen. But with Sesko...
Listen, Havertz's thing, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Kai Havertz has always been I don't know what the best way of explaining this is. He's always played up top. That's the best way.
He's a hybrid player. He's a hybrid player.
He's not even a hybrid. He's always played up top though, and even at Leverkusen, when he was getting the generational shots,
he was like a centre forward type. It wasn't really like an actual dominating striker.
No, he was playing full stand in the sense of he could do virtually everything that you'd want from a striker, except for put his foot through the ball with conviction and score a good number of goals. Now the issue is with the thing which has worked for Havertz at Arsenal is because you don't like to cross a lot, innit? That whenever I watch Arsenal, there's always a lot of crosses. Now, if you're saying that Sesko is good in the air, then maybe he could benefit from this because Havertz is not a consistent, goal scorer in that sense. Or maybe Sesko would eat more in it. Pause. Sorry, that's a big pause. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's mad. It's all mad. But yeah, go on.
That's mad. No, Sesko would probably, he'd probably score more in it. But other than that, I can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't.
Because that's my. And I'm glad you mentioned that whole crossing thing. Because again, that's why I say to Corey, in reference to what Corey said, yeah, the reason why we would change the system of Sesko is because we're going to be spending what? I think it will be like 70 to, I'll say 65 to 70 mil, right, for Sesko. We would not drop that money on Sesko if we were going to go do the same thing as we would have with Havertz. Because then what's the point? What's the point? We're obviously trying to be in our City era where we're trying to get our Haaland basically and change the way you play and then make him the main 9, make him the focal point. Like Haaland is for City. That's what we're trying to do with Sesko.
The way City changed the way they play, there was issues. No one liked
that. But that's a separate argument. If there's issues, then bro, bring the issues. But all we're trying to do now is go into our next phase and basically win trophies now. This is our phase. And we need a striker to do that. And Sesko's the guy. So we're going to be playing.
I just think you watched him at Leipzig. And he played well there. Albeit he didn't get the GA, he played well. Can you agree to that?
Yeah, he played well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he played well. Yeah. So Arteta has seen that, and call me crazy, but initially I'd think, how can I implement the way this guy's playing to my system? He drops back already. He does that part. Yeah. He links up play. He does that part, and he scores goals. So why am I now to believe that Arteta is going to change your system when he's watched Sesko kind of play a similar system in Germany?
Because Corey, again, bro, profiles. It's not. Mikel wasn't probably even looking at the way he played for Leipzig, because I don't even know who Leipzig's manager is. I think he even got sacked and some new brother come in. But the reality of it is,
the way he was playing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he even was doing that. I just thought he saw him as a profile and said, yeah, I need that for what I'm trying to do. Forget what he was doing at Leipzig. What he was doing at Leipzig, he's not going to do for Arsenal. He's not going to be dropping. We have Havertz for that. We have Havertz to drop deep and collect the ball and bring our wingers into play. We already have Havertz. Sesko is not that type of striker. He's going to be a box dominator, bro, and score goals. That's what it's going to be. And then when you see that, all these comments just talking shit and saying, "Oh, I've watched Sesko." You're all gonna be fooled. You're all gonna be fooled again. So just bring on next season. Just watch.
Anyway, let's move on. Kepa to Arsenal confirmed. This one shouldn't take too long.
Again, bro, bigger than what it needs to be. Man, them are trying to do the whole. Oh yeah, Chelsea reject, done it again.
5 million replacement goalkeeper. We're done here.
Yeah, Casey, it's literally that. There doesn't need to be a conversation. 5 mil for a backup keeper that's proven. We are done. There's no.
I'm not even saying that. I just find it funny. You guys, I know, and you guys won't admit it now. Cool, whatever. But I know you guys have been starving off for Ornstein Bomber. You've been starving.
Starving for what? Corey, I know my targets. I know my targets, Corey.
I'm back. One second. What Ornstein bombers everyone had?
I'm back.
We got the Delap one. That was it.
I got the Cunha one.
I'm about to get my manager one tomorrow.
Yeah, so 1 second. This is the bombers everyone's gassed about. Delap. 1 second. Delap. Yeah, and you're talking about your manager. And Corey's talking about Cunha, which was basically the first thing.
But the window's only been open for 8 days.
Casey, I hope you know that starts for your club.
Monto got a thing, bro.
He does what?
Anyone does, bro. You know any striker top for our club.
Ping pong, Carcas, and Wirtz.
I hope you know the lap starts for Arsenal. In fact, you know what's funny? The lap probably starts for every single club here.
How about this? The lap's not even better than Marino. How about that?
Oh no, he's better than him. He's better than.
That's so cheeky.
He's not even better than Marino. How about that?
He is better.
Really got there yet. How much
can you not tell me which one of your strikers could go to Ipswich? Who, by the way, people talk about Arsenal playing haram football. Ipswich play haram football. They literally create nothing for this guy. Tell me how many of them are getting 12 goals for Ipswich.
Please, bro. How many
chances were provided for Dominic Solanke when he scored that amount of goals for Bournemouth? They were in the bottom 5 for chances created. He bagged 19 goals. He's playing for Tottenham, and people look at the way people talk about Solanke now. Keep glorifying Dylan for just David going to the Champions League, though.
Well, but Solanke's a good striker.
He's your number 9.
I think Delap's a good striker, but don't put him on the maddest pedestal because there's a reason you're getting 2 strikers and not 1. If you really put him on the right pedestal that you think he's being put on, you would have spent the 30 million and started moving on to another player.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but
why are you trying to get another striker if he's the real deal?
Bro, listen, options like NSG. That's what you need.
Right, because I think Delap again. I say it again. I think Delap's a good player, but he's in that Strand Larson conversation, which is not a
and that's not dead. Strand Larson is not dead
either. Strand Larson's a good striker.
Strand Larson is a good player. I'm not shitting on when you look at everyone's striker options. So when you look at Kiz and KC, we look at their striker options. Delap is better than this.
Well, as of now,
we don't have a striker.
I don't even think that's true.
No, but that's not true. The lap starts for his club.
Bro, you're moving like he just walks into our team. It's definitely not like that.
He does. When did the lap get this? When did he
Listen,
get this clout?
Liam Delap.
You are being a bit disingenuous.
Listen. Liam Delap
That's
is
crazy.
a better
You think he
striker.
walked into Arsenal? That's crazy.
Yes.
Ethan, you know he said he starts for all your
That's
clubs, so that's
crazy.
not 60 million
No,
Solanke that
okay,
you
listen, no.
I
He's-
didn't
I'll
agree with that.
Listen,
but
I'll tell you what.
said
Oh, you don't agree with that?
No, but you got to though, because that's Havertz is better than Solanke, so you got to agree with that.
How'd you work that?
He's a bit, he's 100% he is.
Bro,
Why
I
is
think
Solanke
Marino's
better than
better than
Havertz?
Solanke.
What?
I think Marino's the best striker in right now out of everyone's striker.
Man, them overrated Solanke being like he's done anything.
You'll do it.
He's going downhill now.
What's he
If
done?
he's that good, Casey, you don't
That's
need
it.
to buy another striker. You're good. It's right.
No.
Marino's the
No, 'cause we
secret
need an
weapon.
actual nine. That's
70
what we need, an actual nine. That's not like Havertz. That's the difference.
Bro, Marino
You
can finish. Marino can finish. Don't get it twisted. He just doesn't have the striker's instinct. His
Wait, hold on
movement
a
in the
second.
box.
Marino,
Bar for cross.
Anyway,
is dead.
you know what? Do you know what I'm happy about though, KC? This slightly, just a little segue into the Kepa thing. I'm so happy that the Bonnet Kepa, those memes are no longer going to be used on my club. It's going to be used on someone else. And
No, it's
thank the Lord. I'm
The difference between
How about this?
us
You're
and
going to
you
see Kepa
is our
like
backup.
5 times in an Arsenal shirt.
Listen.
You get it. Casey, not
No,
even
no.
that. You're going to
Do
see
you
it
know what I
less
need?
than 5 times.
You
Carabao
know
Cup
what
games
I
only.
need to see one game. See one game, just one, please, Lord. Give me
Hold on a sec, Ab. Are you forgetting the season that you had at Bournemouth? Are you forgetting that?
I don't care. Listen,
No, don't say you don't care. Don't say you don't care. Because that's the most recent version of
he had
Kepa.
one of the best centre back partnerships in the country in front of him that year.
No. Let's not do that. Then what do we have? I'm
You
confused.
have the best centre back partnership in the country.
Right.
Stop.
So when Kepa plays for Arsenal, why would you see any different than what you
heard
had at
him.
Bournemouth?
Actually, now to be fair, Liverpool is it's close. It's
It's
one or two.
We've done that comparison already.
Yeah.
No,
We've
but
already won that one.
We won that one.
No, but
Regardless of it, yeah, you're like Casey said, you're going to be seeing Kepa in. I promise you, he'll be playing the round 3 or 4 Carabao Cup games and the Champions League games if we were already qualified. That's the only time you'll see Kepa.
I saw.
And
First
that's
of all, I saw. By the way, another stat. Mikel signed 5 keepers since he's been here. Don't know if you guys see that one.
Yeah, because it was needed. It's been needed.
5 keepers in 5
Wait,
years.
are you justifying? Wait, are you trying to justify 5 keepers?
I am, and I'll tell you why.
in 5
hold on,
years.
5
You just said it's needed.
This
He
is
just said
what
it's
I'm
needed.
saying.
He just said it's needed. He said it's
Yes.
needed.
Hey,
Bro, I'll explain to you why.
It's
This is what I'm
needed.
saying. When it comes to Arsenal, it's just about what sounds better to make people laugh. That's
What
all
the hell?
people
I've never.
care about.
What
think
club
about
signs 5 keepers? Tell me a club
yes,
that signed
Corey,
5
Corey, in 5
I'll
years.
go, let's go
5 years.
through it. That's fine. Let's go through all the keepers.
5
Yeah.
Show me a club that
So-
signed 5 keepers in 5 years.
Okay, cool. So hold on a sec.
Chelsea.
I'm talking about Arsenal.
Turner.
Chelsea signed 10 in
Matt
10.
Turner, Ramsdale,
Huh?
Neto,
They signed 10 in
Raya.
10.
Raya.
And Runnison.
Runnison.
And E. All of them keepers are
5
shit.
keepers and 0 strikers.
Oh no, this is gonna be
Brother.
6. This is gonna be 6.
6
So,
keepers and 0 strikers.
so why
Keep it.
should we have? Why should we
Runnison was a
have?
backup, bro. Man was
No,
literally.
Casey, they've all been backups for Raya.
Easy.
They've all been backups.
Montel has had his backup for like 6. How long's Keller been?
Who?
Brother, even Keller's in the
wait.
academy. Keller's on the academy.
I think once Keller asked to leave. Keller asked to leave Liverpool in that time.
The other one was Adrian. He was our third choice. It was Adrian.
Wait, once did Keller have asked to leave Liverpool in that time,
Say that again.
or did he ask to leave Liverpool in that time?
I'm pretty sure. he
There
did.
was links away from the club still.
No,
Yeah.
but did he actually say I want to leave Liverpool?
Not until this year.
Right.
Not
With the keepers that we've bought, they've all said they want to leave Arsenal, or they haven't been good enough. For example, Matt Turner wanted to leave Arsenal. Ramsdale wanted to leave Arsenal. Runnison was not good enough.
Ramsdale didn't want to leave Arsenal. Excuse me.
Yo,
Yes, he
Ramsdale
did.
didn't want to leave.
When he signed, he wanted to cut.
Ramsdale did when he got put number 2.
Ramsdale was told he ain't gonna play. That's
when he said I want to cut. Exactly.
Because you bought in another keeper. Like,
By the way,
who's better than Ramsdale?
Kids, Ramsdale's the worst one because you spent 30 mil on Ramsdale and he was relegated keeper. He'd already been relegated twice.
Don't matter. Stop that.
That one was already a head turner. Do you get it?
How?
Yeah,
Bro,
but
he signed
even
Ramsdale to be a backup.
then, I came second with that keeper, bro.
When
And I wasn't a scrub. I was arguably
when you
playing my
man
best
signed
football.
Ramsdale, bro, he had a little bit of potential, but there was no big.
Bro,
about
I was
Ramsdale.
playing my best
What do
football
you
with
mean? We
Ramsdale.
we played our best
Yeah, no,
football with
you were.
Ramsdale. What are you on about?
You were, but how do you run through?
That's
how
the
do you run
point.
through-
The
how do you
vision
run
was
through
there.
5 keepers, bro?
Bro, I just explained it.
explained
I just explained it.
Alex Runnison
That's not
and
acceptable.
Matt
Go side
Turner
of
came
flipping
past
strike,
and
bro.
Wait.
they
No, hold on a second.
Neto was alone though. Neto was alone.
and Neto
Exactly.
alone.
So
Like,
even
what are we
worse.
doing?
Even worse.
So
This is what I'm
let me
saying.
get this straight. Let me get this straight. Yeah. So it was needed to buy 5 keepers, considering the situation. Some of them wanted to leave. Some of them didn't want to be number 2. Cool. But it wasn't needed to get a striker.
No, of course
No,
it was
but-
needed to
but
get
Corey,
a
then
striker.
what- I don't
Corey,
understand.
But Corey, you don't
That's
buy strikers for 2-3 million, 4 million, bro. We're not
Exactly.
buying strikers for 2-3 million, are we? That's what we're spending on these keepers, bro. How much was Matt Turner? Peanuts. How much was
you
flipping Runnison?
right?
Peanuts.
All right,
get it?
Casey, you know what?
Ramsdale
you know what
was
I'll
only,
say,
but Ramsdale was our starter. We bought
You
Ramsdale
man
as a
always
starter.
take
The only thing I'll say about
When it-
Kepa though, bro,
when
is
it
like,
comes
don't
to
you think
important deals, fam. You
this-
man
the only
always
thing I'll
take
say is
long
that
to
this-
do the important deals because you
this
say
Yeah, well, we're getting it next week.
There's
We'll
someone
do that.
is it
deals.
just
That's fine. Next
Staying on
week,
Kepa,
we'll
like,
see
London.
what will come through.
staying on Kepa? Like, I just think this whole Chelsea.
There's no rivalry with Chelsea, man. That's not a thing.
It's a bit weird now, isn't it? It's
It's
getting a
not
bit.
weird. It's just bro. People say look. Here's the reality of it, yeah. And this is why I say people just laugh when it comes to Arsenal. When the whole narrative is, oh, Arsenal bought another Chelsea rejects, blah, blah, let's all laugh for Arsenal type beat. That's the
I didn't
narrative. Yeah? No, not from you. I'm saying that that's the narrative across football Twitter, yeah, and for the football community and whatnot. But in reality, what it should be is Chelsea bought Kepa for 72 mil or 75 mil, whatever it is, and they're selling for 5 mil. So aren't they the real losers? Not me. I'm buying the backup
We
keeper.
made our money back on Kepa through a whole heap of loans, and also we also got some years out of him. So you know this. No, let me tell you why. Because the facts are, hear this. Number one, you've done us a favor. You've taken the wages off the books. That's the most important thing. That guy was stealing over £100,000 a week, and for me, he ain't worth like.
And man just told me the most expensive goalkeeper of all time. Yeah,
Bro, 100, and he's not
he's
even going to be
talking about his
100.
wages. He's talking about getting his wages off the books. Abs.
You get it, but this is what I'm saying.
That's what
these Chelsea man do. They just chat shit to create narrative.
No.
He's the most expensive keeper of all time. Talking
No,
about
look, bro, where did you make the money back?
Money laundering.
All right, listen. If you made 75 M's from loans, all right, listen.
Abs, help me to understand that, man. Help me to understand
Hear this. Obviously, his best way of explaining it. So, you know, over time, a player's book value, unless you like renew their contract or whatever, over time, a player's book value does decrease in it. So what happened was it slowly started to decrease, and he is, what year are we in right now? 2025. His contract was due to expire next summer because for whatever, in fact, no, I know why we did. When we loaned him to Real Madrid, we added on an extra year on his contract so that he could go on loan, and then we'll see where it goes from there, innit? Now, with Kepa, what's happened is that because his book value decreased and he was still at the club for a good 4 years, at that point, when we loaned him out, the money that we was getting from loans effectively paid for his book value. And now, since you paid the 5 M's, we've matched his book value for his contract. Therefore,
No, but that still doesn't add up. That doesn't add up to 72 million.
no, it doesn't add up to 72 million. But do you listen to what I said?
No. So then there's no money back. Then there's no money back. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the money back.
Do I have to walk it? Do I have to walk you?
No. You said you got your money back from the loans.
No,
and
I didn't say that. I said we've at least made something off of him, and I told you.
I don't care about if you did something. Don't change what you said. No. I hear you. You made something of Kepa. That's great. You made a little change. Yes. But again, you're still the laughing stock, not me. I've spent 5 million on a backup keeper that's barely gonna play. And you man have actually given it to me and lost money. You've lost money.
No,
I've lost money.
No, listen. Look, whatever way you want to look on it, for me, I'm just happy that this guy's gone. He genuinely is one of my biggest ops when it comes to Chelsea players. I hate this guy more than I could hate any other player or any other team, whatever. Like one guy who I used to never really like was Dele Alli because he's a waste man. Kepa's a bigger op to me than Dele Alli. Now, when it comes
Dele Alli was a Chelsea bully, innit?
Now that's where Dele Alli used to wind me up. Just as an example, but like I'm not telling you personally because personally I actually think he's a good guy in terms of ball in it. But you see, when it comes to when it comes to this Kepa guy, it's a thing of just get him out as by all means, innit?
I understand that. I get that.
So for me, the fact that someone else is paying me money to get rid of him, I'll be honest, kids, I shouldn't really say this. I would have paid you the 5 M's to take him off my hands. I would have paid anyone.
That's great, Abs. But the reality of it is, though, Abs, yeah, we're the better. We've come up the better club in this deal. That's what I'm trying to say to you, because we've spent 5 mil on a keeper that's going to allow us to spend big in attack. That's why we've come out the better at this deal.
No, but the reason why it doesn't work is because he's dross.
Yeah, but Abs, he's not that bad. Where I say I'm not going to snub my nose at 5 mil for a backup keeper. He's not that bad for me to be saying that. He just had a decent season at Bournemouth, and he's going to be my backup keeper. That's fine. He's barely going to. And by the way, just to throw this out there, and it'll be case closed. He's taken a wage cut to play at my club, so this 100 bags talk is dead. It'll be 65.
No. I'm not saying you're putting him on silly wages. I'm saying you got the silly wages off my books. So,
yeah, and I'm happy that we've done that for you. Maybe that can compete for the league with you. But that's what I keep trying to say. We're not in the same boat. Yes, we've done that for you. And again, you can call it like a little bro situation. We've helped you out. We've allowed you to come.
What little bro? You're taking their hand-me-downs at every opportunity, bro.
I've been taking the hand-me-downs for the past 5 years. Yeah,
I'm still for you.
I've competed for the league. What have they done? What have they done with it?
Did you compete for the league last
season? So what hand-me-downs? If taking your hand-me-downs keeps competing for the league and you're where you are.
No. Okay, let's look at these hand-me-downs. Let's look at these hand-me-downs. Okay, let's go bit by bit. Okay, so hand-me-down number 1 was David Luiz. And
he won me the FA Cup. He won me the FA Cup,
bro. Listen, that was
he won me the FA Cup.
No, listen. Number 1, you cheated to win the FA Cup, but that's a common fault.
He won me the FA Cup versus yourself.
The FA Cup was in COVID, and
like you might keep saying.
That doesn't count. You cheat. There was some.
Oh, so it don't count.
It doesn't count. It was cheating. You might drop the brown envelope in it. You get the brown envelope before the game, and then you cheated in it. So let's look. So there's David Luiz. Per check, I won't include him because I'll never disrespect that guy. That's a legend of my club. Next up, Willian. The less said, the better.
Yeah, fair enough.
After that, we've got Jennifer. Again, Jennifer didn't really set the world on fire. Kai Havertz.
I think
all these players we're going to mention after this have helped me.
The bottom line is
the bottom line is Kepa. Yeah, like I said, we come out the better club in this deal because again, we spent 5 mil on a keeper that is decent. He had a decent season at Bournemouth. Forget about Chelsea. We're looking in this era and what you've done so far, and what is your current situation? And Kepa's current situation is the fact that he had a decent season at Bournemouth, and we're spending 5 mil on him as a backup. That is fine business. That's great business for that matter. If that allows me to go and get a Rodrigo in attack and maybe another backup right winger like Kudus or Sane or something like that, that's great business, bro. Because then if I didn't do that, I'd have to spend 20 M's on a backup keeper, which doesn't allow me to get good in attack. Do you get it?
All it is there is that like, Abs, you didn't come off better on this. You spent 75 million. Yes, over time it doesn't feel the same as much over time because Kepa came a while ago, innit? So it's not gonna. I'm not saying the 75 million is fresh and it's just been deleted from your account, innit?
I'm not insinuating that I'm a winner here. I'm not insinuating.
No, I'm saying you've made money back over time, but like, bro, it's a backup goalkeeper. My point was just like the whole Chelsea Arsenal thing's a bit creepy, innit? It's just becoming a bit creepy as two London clubs. It's a bit creepy, bro. It's giving Serie A vibes.
You just treat it like little bros. That's what we do. Like if we need a player, we'll just go Chelsea. They'll give me a little set. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is.
Let me just get these super chats. Shout out JD Activist. He says the manager asked him not to score months. I think we said that already. Sky Knight, big up with the super chat. He goes, Lord Banda is coming to save the mighty Asna. And big up Fonzie with the super chat. He says Arsenal fans would defend signing Højlund, I swear. Yeah, the way Kia's been gunning for Sesko, I hear it. Big up Jay, he says Apenda not scoring either. So what's he good? So is he good at that?
Good at what?
Link up. Big up NS. He goes Sesko left wing. Here we go. And big up Mark Smith. He says Kane goes deeper than no, man, I can't say that. And look at the goals he scored. There's no excuses when you're paying big money. And Cali Guna, shout yourself, says never heard too much talk about a backup.
Big facts. This is what I'm saying.
Abs was just trying to do the that thing, bro. He was just trying to do.
No, it's not just Abs though. It's Don. It's all these other guys. They're all the same. They're all the same.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, no, let's not flip the script.
I'm happy that he's gone. I don't care how it happened. He just needed to go. It's unfortunate that they know. I'm happy to say he is. I'm not happy.
It's just one of. It's a weird deal, but it's a deal that's happened. Very last thing, because obviously the game's on at the moment. Florian Wirtz, third bid rejected, which is now set to be a must. Now the Premier League record must be broken now to sign him, so it will be the most expensive deal of all time.
Oh, really?
It was 112 million. Obviously, Caicedo was 150 million. This will happen.
You can't know the targets though. Mantel, you know this.
Hey, come on. Where is Wirtz, by the way? When did he actually come in?
No, for real now.
Because you've been letting that get.
Every time Mantel fucks with the £100 million mark, shit just gets spooky at Liverpool. It gets spooky.
It's the biggest deal of all time. So
we heard that last time.
You're saying it takes time now because it's the biggest deal of all time.
Yeah, see, look, Corey, now
it's the biggest deal of all time. What do you mean when it was you?
When it was Zubimendi, it was why is Zubimendi not in the Arsenal shirt? How long is this taking?
Zubimendi's still not. Zubimendi has a release clause, and we've heard nothing.
No, because again, it's getting announced in July. It's going to get announced.
Zubimendi has a release clause. And yes, there's still nothing, bro.
It's because Sociedad got a clause where it's that you can't announce him till July or something like that. So you'll see something. You'll see something. But look, what I just say. Look,
stop all of this.
Yeah, so forget all this nonsense. How about this? Zubimendi just scored as well.
It's the biggest one.
No, that's not nonsense. That's fact. That's not nonsense.
That's great. It's facts. But when you fuck with this type of signing, bro, you don't get it done. You're not known as a closer when it comes to this. You're not.
Casey, your chat
again. Last time?
You spent 100 million once, bro. You've done it once, bro. You've never. How about this, Casey? You've never spent 120 million ever.
I don't need to.
What are you talking about? None of you have. What do you mean? You don't need to.
What do you mean?
That's the price. That's how much 100 M's. Bro, that's how much. Say that again.
Have you spent 100 M's?
Not 100 million
pounds.
No.
So you haven't even done that, and you're being cheap. This is my problem.
You spent 100 M's once for Declan Rice, and you had to. Casey, I think your memory is Casey. Your memory is very, very fickle because again, you put in multiple bids for Declan Rice, by the way, because of the whole Man City.
And I got it done.
Bids, and that wasn't done in 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. It wasn't done in a week. It wasn't done in a week.
No, but this is going longer than a week. This is longer than a week.
Montel, unfortunately, for you, your problem is you started tooting your horn. You understand? You was rolling out like Wirtz was done.
Because the player wants to move, and the move is done.
Because it is.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'll say this now. Your memory is very short. Your memory must be very short because it took you a long time to go and get Declan Rice. a long time to get Declan Rice.
Bro, they're saying about us, bro. Why are you
line,
talking about
and then
Arsenal?
So why are you
no, my
me?
point. So my point is, for someone who has spent 100 million on a player, and you knew how long it took then, if it took 3-4 weeks or however long it took to get Declan Rice over the line, which wasn't a foreign signing, which is a UK to UK signing, yeah, London team to London team, it's across the road, yeah, West Ham to Arsenal, it's not far. So again, if that deal took X amount of time, if that deal took X amount of time, again, same with the Caicedo deal, same with the Caicedo deal. When we put in the bid and Chelsea put in the bid, same with the Caicedo deal. These weren't bids. These deals didn't take 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks. These took like 3-4 weeks.
So why would you go like it was done then?
So how long has it been for work? How long has it been since you got that work?
It's been like 2 weeks. Hasn't even been 2 weeks yet.
So you only got 1 week left.
Brother, what is your point?
No, that's what I'm saying. So you've only got 1 week to complete this deal, or I'm on it.
Every £100 million signing.
I'm even on it from now. I don't get what's taking so long.
No £100 million signing plus has taken 2 weeks. So hold on. So why, when mine is more expensive than yours and all the rest of them, should mine take 2 weeks?
Because again, you're not the same. You're treating it
because
like every 100 million
pounds is the same. Answer my question.
I am. I'm saying not every single 100 mil plus signing is the same. That's not how it works.
It's not about it being the same. It's about
just ask Leverkusen. Ask if you've got this money, which I do believe you. I think you do. I like to think you do. Go to Leverkusen. Say how much do you want for Wirtz? Give them the money. And if you're not going to do that, then walk away. All these negotiations is only gonna fuck you up in the long run, because you're spending all this time on work.
At the end of the day, the clubs are just trying to find a middle ground. One wants a bit more, one wants a bit less. You're just trying to find.
What are you going to do if you don't get it done? Because that's a possibility now.
Okay.
Of course, it's a possibility.
Why is it not a possibility? It's not a possibility?
It's not done.
The same stance.
You know what?
About
you know what the Wirtz thing?
You thought,
The only
I've
thing
got
I've
the
said
money.
with the Wirtz thing.
Yeah.
The deal was done.
Wants to come. That's Caicedo's done.
No, the deal's not done.
You know, it's the only thing I've said with the Wirtz thing. The only thing with the Wirtz thing and the difference between that and just Declan Rice, for example. So correct me if I'm not wrong, but most of the reports for Rice to Arsenal, in terms of at least there was some form of negotiation. I'm not saying anything concrete, just at least like there was some form of contact started in January of that year, and that was when.
Yeah.
So with that, I think you could say, okay, there was a lot of groundwork put into it. Obviously, there wasn't anything too serious because the season was still going on, but there was still something to work within it. And then it dragged on for like 2-3 weeks when the transfer window was open.
Yeah.
The third thing, I don't know when the first reports of any contact were made, but I'm guessing it only started to come out around April times.
Yeah, it was later. It was way later because City were the ones who were putting in the groundwork. Because Man City.
All right, there you go. So then maybe that's why then maybe you could allow for a bit more margin of error. But the same with us with Caicedo. Like we first made contact with Caicedo in January, then it went dark, and then by the time we got to like May, June, July, we were just dragging.
It was done after deadline, bro. It was done by not close to deadline.
The Caicedo thing was wrapped up on the 13th. We dragged it because we fucked ourselves. They basically said, "Listen, pay us AEMs, and you can have the player." And we did that.
It was this and this. It was that. Maybe a little bit more. He was just trying to find a middle ground. All it is.
I'll tell you why.
Liverpool, Leverkusen are trying to find a middle ground, and you're trying to make something on it.
Stop trying that middle ground stuff.
I'm not trying anything, bro.
The difference. I'll tell you what the difference is between all the stuff you just said. With Caicedo to Chelsea, there was actually people there like yourself, Mons. You was there trying to get Caicedo. That's why it took so long. Same thing for Rice. Rice, when he wanted to go to me, City were there putting in bids. Who is there other than you for Wirtz? Nobody. You're the only one in for Wirtz.
There? Bayern Munich. No. Bayern. He rejected Bayern Munich and City.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that done. So Bayern aren't there anymore because he rejected them.
Yes, City, but you still have to negotiate.
I understand that.
When our bids got rejected before the start of the season, Caicedo came. I think it was like match day 2. It was like the 13th or 13th. There was still another 2.5 weeks between when Chelsea gone and got Caicedo and when we got rejected for Caicedo. So again,
you're even proving my point.
how am I proving?
Again, bro, if there is nobody there for Wirtz other than yourselves, this should not be taken as long as it is. You're saying 100 million. You're using the 100 million pound barrier as the block as to why it'll be that.
This is the dumbest point you've ever made.
No, it's not. Because again, it's the same thing. It's the same thing for Zubimendi. Why is it? What's happening to Zubimendi? Are you getting him? What's going on with that? It's the same thing, same argument. Why is Wirtz taking so long?
Yours is a release clause. Pay the money, get the player.
No. It's not. That's not how it works.
Release clause.
That's not always how it works.
No, it's not. You're not putting in bids. You're not putting in bids.
Yeah, but there's because again, there is a clause like my man just said. There is a clause with Sociedad where
all right. It's a release clause, and you're paying no more than 60 million. So again, this is
using money as the factor to why it's taking so long.
The big deal with big money. So obviously, we're trying to bid as close as we can to it, and then get that deal done that way. Similar to how Chelsea did it with Caicedo, and I would say similar to kind of how you did it with Rice, but not quite the same. So anyway, let's get to these super chats as well. Emmanuel says he'll be making 75k a week off of what he was on. I don't know.
Bro, listen, guys are acting
Kamal says kids acting like transfers. Acting transfers are like
I'm doing the complete opposite of that.
And then Kamal says also says Pogba transfer took a month to do when he was under 100 million, and there was no one else in for Pogba like that once he said he wanted United, but it's fine. Only Liverpool do that type of deal, right? Okay,
just get it done, man. I'm even arguing for no reason. Just get it done. Like, it's as simple as that, fam. Just get it done,
man. All right, okay. No,
because if you don't, you know what's gonna happen to you. You know that.
Okay, please, for the life of me,
no, I don't want to hear nothing because you were so adamant this was getting done. As of now, I can't tell. In fact, you can't tell me that this is 100% done. You can't tell me. You can't. If you tell me, you'll be lying to yourself. You'll need to be lying.
It's done. It's done. So I've said it now.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
It's done. And when it gets done, it's going to be, oh my god, you spent so much on Wirtz. So I kind of know you're just predictable.
It will be that though. That's it will be that because it's the truth.
Fear of me not getting him, but when I get him, oh look how much money.
There's no fear.
I'm saying no fear. You don't get big business done, but when I get it done, you know what I'm saying.
No, it's just for your sake, bro. Get it done. I still think it's a lot of money. Let's be real, it is a lot of money, and I think you agree with that as well. 130 mil is mad. But
you know, kids. Thanks for saying that, because I just want to give you my one thing and the chat one thing. We don't even have to answer it now. Is Florian Wirtz 100 million pounds better than Ryan Cherky?
No, he's just not.
Okay, cool. That's all I'm going to leave you, man, within it, because
forget Chucky for the minute.
I don't think that's because I feel like Chucky would be going for 70 M's, probably maybe even higher.
Yeah, it's like how we got McAllister for 35 M's.
I don't think
Chucky's irrelevant though. It's worth 130 mil, and that question is no.
Abs, what I'll say is Abs, don't ever do that again. After 75 million on Kepa, 100 million on Enzo, 100 million on Caicedo, and 80 on Mudryk. Don't ever in your life.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I know, but
just leave it there.
His difference. I'm so fair. I know we've overpaid. I know we've overpaid.
That's what we're gonna say there.
People if they'd be overpaid.
Coming from you, just a bit. But anyway, listen.
Because I know.
I don't think he's worth breaking the bank for. Like,
I hear that. But Corey, wrong messenger, please. That's it. I don't mind anyone else saying that. Just not Chelsea. Cheers.
The Chelsea do the
it's not please but listen, we'll see you in the next one. We'll see you on Monday for the Arsenal therapy show. We'll go enjoy the final. Spain-Portugal 1-1, and we see you guys soon, innit?
Hey, where's Ray? Okay.